In this story, John Shrek McPhee takes us deep into the mountains of Tora Bora, the hunt for bin Laden at the dawn of the War on Terror. Surrounded by chaos, he and his team controlled every airstrike and every bomb that fell on those ridgelines. 10 days of non-stop fighting, where clarity was earned in the middle of chaos.
Tactical road march, which I would have crushed anyway, because road marching is what I do. But yeah, and then I was just kind of broke. And they were supposed to cast my leg, and then my squad leader, because I'm a private, you're not going to see the medic. Can I see the medic? My leg hurts. You're just being a pussy. So I went through that for a while. And then by the time my squad leader was gone one day, I went to actually see the medic. They're like, how come you didn't come back for your cast? I'm like, I tried. I tried. Well, it's too late now. And then the Ranger Doc, this guy Doc Donovan, he's a Ranger legend, right? And he's talking to me like, I'm gonna get out of the Army or be med boarded because of this. And I'm like, I'm not getting out. How do we fucking fix it so there's less pain? You know? And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get out. I'm not here to bitch over this. I'm here to fucking figure out like how I can get back to running in the morning without so much fucking pain. And then like, I was like, it was weird. Like, I didn't want to get out. You know what I mean? That's not why I was complaining about it. I was complaining because it fucking hurt, which is why I thought you go to the medics, but that's not always true. So, yeah, so I just fucking sucked it up for a while and eventually it got better.
Did you say you're still a private after 5 years?
Me? No.
Okay. I thought you said it took 5 years to get to combat or to this jump.
Oh, no, this was like 91 when I was new in Ranger Battalion.
Okay.
I was a new guy.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me 5 years. I did 5 years in Ranger Battalion, and then I went to SF.
Okay. I mean, I'm curious. So how long were you at Ranger Battalion before you jumped into Iraq?
A year, max.
A year?
Like, yeah.
So what was how did that brief come down?
Fuck, man, the whole regiment, there's a fucking war going on. We're going to fucking war, baby. Everyone's like, yeah, who wants grenades? You're like, I do. Who needs another claymore? You know what I mean? The fucking, as soon as they start throwing grenades and claymores around, you know this shit's fucking real. You know what I mean?
Were you pretty pumped about it? Or?
Super pumped. And then it was exactly like every airborne school fucking song. You know what I mean? Like C-140, 64 jumpers, whatever the fuck. I don't even remember the songs. Yeah. I'm doing this poorly, right? But like, we got on the planes. We flew to Iraq. We fucking rigged up. We jumped the fuck out. It was great. But it was 30 knot winds and it fucked up a ton of dudes. I think there was like, man, it had to be like, I don't know, man. There's a lot, like 80 backboards out there with dudes taped to them. You know what I mean? Like, and then like dudes, because the winds were so high, dudes got drugged. I see like, remember the old like LBE thing that held the magazines, like 3 magazines, and like the lid came off with like the plastic buckle on the front.
Yeah.
Remember those? That would be ground in half and you could see every bullet in the magazine still. And like,
shit.
So like when I got to the medic point, when they're like, hey, you're not going on the road march, you're medical, these are backboards, you guys got to go to the hospital, right? Dudes raped me for my gear, like raped me. So here I am injured, having to just carry all my shit in a fucking ball. I don't even have a backpack, so I took my shit.
So you come back from that, you do some you go to sniper school.
Yeah.
How was sniper school?
U.S. Army sniper? Fucking joke.
Really?
Ridiculous. Yeah, the stocks, you had to get like 30 meters from a fucking truck and you're shooting an M14 blank. You know what I mean? You know how much fucking gas, the gas probably touches the fucking truck. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I did well. I passed. I shoot well, but like, I thought it was a joke, and they like tried to smoke us one morning, and it's like, you're regular Army, you're fat, you're out of shape. Like, why even add 2 hours of fitness in here? It only makes you look bad. Like, teach us something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, although it's the mark of the man, you got to pass to have your job, even though you're already a sniper, right? You got to know the basics. I thought it was a little unrealistic, which made it harder than it needed to be. I think it could be a little more realistic and guys would learn more and do better later instead of only thinking like, I got to get 30 yards on a stalk.
Good point. Good point. Did you do any other deployments in Ranger Battalion?
Yeah, tons. Like, I think we were in Egypt during, Mogadishu. We were in Egypt at the Sinai waiting on the word. I done a ton of shit in Ranger Battalion. Fucking jungle school so many times in Panama. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I'm a jungle expert. I don't know how many fucking times over. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? Like,
All right.
Yeah, I did a ton of shit in Ranger Battalion. Tons of shit.
Well, what caught your interest in SF?
I didn't want to end up in Korea.
That's it.
Sit. That's all I knew. I mean, think about it. In the 90s, there was no internet. Like, I didn't even know what a fucking Ranger was, and I did that. And then, like, these guys are going to Special Forces selection. Like, what was it like? And then a buddy of mine that was like, there's nothing you can't do every day. I'm like, I think I'll try this out. And that's what I told myself the whole time. There's nothing today that I can't do.
Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll dive into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did it come across your radar?
John McPhee remembers his first combat mission, 10 days into the war, counting the fallen until the numbers stopped making sense. From his first .50 cal shot to the realization of what taking a life truly means, this is where training ended and survival began. The first kill changes everything.
Trying to get jump numbers to go to free fall instructor school. I was out at Rayford jumping.
Did you have any deployments with Delta prior to 9/11?
Yeah.
What were you guys into?
All kinds of shit. Bosnia for one.
What were you doing there?
I did PSD there, amongst other shit. Tons of shit.
Were you impressed?
With Bosnia?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Bosnia was a fucking shit show. Even then, we sided with the Muslims. That wouldn't have happened after 2001. We'd go to these fucking, Turkish army camps, fucking Al-Qaeda camps. Nothing we could do about it. But the Serbs were the bad guys, right? Is that it's kind of like how the war went. Mm-hmm. And I would say Bosnia, I fucking love Bosnia, man. I thought it was great. I had a great time. It was my first taste of chaos and making my own rules as I go. You know what I mean? And then I was a new guy. I had to hang out with, like, I don't know, the guy who complained all the time or the guy who talked all the time, like you with him. And he's like, why do I get the guy that never shuts up? You know what I mean? Well, I'm the new guy, you know what I mean? So, but no matter who they paired me with, I had to, do my job. And I worked fucking hard in Bosnia. Everything I was asked for, I achieved. I think I got one of them defense meritorious ribbons in Bosnia, whatever the fuck You know what I'm talking about? Like Defense Meritorious Service or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got some fucking award for Bosnia. It's pretty good.
Right on. Where were you when 9/11 happened?
Bragg. Yeah, as a Bragg, I was skydiving for free fall instructor. I had to have like 250 jumps, so I go out with the Knights. I go out with the accuracy team, and them motherfuckers are jumping like 1,800 feet. The first time I got out the plane, I was like, what in the fuck is going, why the fuck are we doing this, right? And then, like, we're waiting to jump, and then, what the fuck? So, like, one guy's like, let me go in the team room. I don't know. And the planes were grounded, and then, like, someone crashed an airplane into the tower. You know what I mean? And, like, the first plane you see crash into the tower, like, is that pilot fucking drunk? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was thinking, drunken pilots or something. You know what I mean? And then the second one, and you're like, So that day I had to go back. My squadron was deployed. The only reason I was back was to go the free fall instructor. And I was basically the squadron commander. Like I had a fucking man up on these BTCs. Like, you know, I'm like sitting in these meetings. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, well, you're the senior representative from A Squadron. Like, yo, I shouldn't be in this meeting. You know what I mean? Like, we need a representative from A Squadron. Like, fuck. Okay. So I'm like sitting in this meeting, and like, luckily the B Squadron commander at the time was like, B Squadron's ready and standing by, ready, you know, ready to go worldwide. And, you know, like, I don't know, whatever the fuck officer shit he said, you know what I mean? I just said the same thing as him. What about A Squadron? My men are, you know, my guys were somewhere in Europe already. So I was like, my guys are, you know, cause like the squadrons are always trying to angle motherfuckers on missions. You know what I mean? So I was like, my guys are already pre-deployed. I know all the airplanes are shut down, but my guys are pre-deployed, you know, X location and, you know what I mean? Trying to like, we're better than these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And then the B Squadron guys at 9/11, like they were driving gun trucks around the compound. It's like, yo, we got a fence. We got guards. Like, why I gotta be on guard duty too? You know what I mean? But yeah, I was the A Squadron commander for a little bit. You know what I mean? And then the word that came down in those meetings was, be patient. We got to figure this out. Don't do anything rash. Don't start spinning. Let's be very methodical.
Did you have any idea what you were in for at that point?
Man, I was hoping it was something good. You know what I mean? Like, I've been around this long. Like, we ain't never done anything. Like, hopefully, you know, because there's whole generations of guys don't even get a mission. You know, especially my day. You know, the 90s and shit. So, like, I was hoping, like, hopefully something good comes of this.
When was the first team deployed?
I don't know. I was on the ground in like November, something like that. I don't even remember.
Were you the first team to deploy from that unit?
I don't remember how it went down, but yeah, we were basically the first guys on the ground.
In Afghanistan? And what were you doing there?
Fucking killing bin Laden. Battle of Tora Bora.
Let's go into that.
All right.
You start.
Man, me and a couple other guys controlled every fucking asset in the Western hemisphere for fucking 10 days. Every fucking bomb, every pound of ordnance, me and a couple other guys dropped. And we killed a lot of people. We killed so many people on my fucking first day, like I just stopped counting then and there, like hundreds. Like it's too many to count. You know what I mean?
How were you killing them?
Radios, took some 50 cal sniper shots, shot some guys, but mostly just fucking moving up, bombing them, right? Because you can't get there from here. And if they shoot at me from that mountain, like I'll just level it. You know what I mean?
Let's go to the brief. Like what was the mission briefing for Tora Bora? What were you guys doing? Like, what was the...
Bin Laden's there. Go get him and kill him. End of discussion. Wanted dead or alive. That's it.
How'd you insert?
Fucking Toyota trucks, man. We drove up, drop a daisy cutter. Man, I had old fucking trusty Rusty. I had this red fucking Toyota truck. Like, I would attract mortar fire like you read about, man. It's fucking awesome. And we just drive right up in that bitch, right into the fucking middle. We get out of the truck on my first day. I'm with this other guy. He was like a Panama guy. He was the guy that in Panama, he shot the machine gun in the barracks and killed all the guys before they got out of bed. So like he had been to combat before. I drive my truck to the top of the mountain, past the tanks. There's fucking savages, the tanks shooting, like total fucking chaos, right? There's press. We had to fight our way through the press. We had a guy almost shoot the press. It was great. Like, this is the best thing ever, right? I'm thinking. So we get to the top of the mountain and like, we're just getting mortared like you fucking read about. And I was like, I asked that guy, I was like, is this incoming or outgoing? Like, what's going on here, right? Like, he's like, why? I'm like, this is fucking great, right? And I just standing there, right? So he kind of like walked back by the truck and just left me there, right? And then like I don't know, 10 years later, he was like, hey, remember that day on the top of the mountain? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, those were incoming, but you had such a fucking smile on your face. I didn't want to ruin it for you. I was like, I asked you incoming or out. If you said they were, I thought it was like the tank fire and kicking up. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So like, and at the same time, like in the book Kill Bin Laden, like the fucking savage commander guy, I don't even remember his fucking name, but he's just like, yes, those are your men. And like, you know, Dalton Fury's like, yes, those are my men. You know what I mean? And he's thinking, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? And I'm just over there like, this is fucking great. And like the savage commander, like, your men are very brave. Like, your men are brave. Like, they fucking love me. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of what it was like. Total chaos. No idea what was going on all the time. Let's just make the best thing happen right now we can.
So was that your first kinetic deployment?
Yeah.
As an operator?
Yeah.
Through Ranger, through SF?
Yeah.
In sounds like several years over a Delta as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how did that feel?
Fucking amazing, man. Amazing. And then like typical team shit. I got two guys arguing who's going to be in fucking charge. One's senior by time. One's actually in charge, but he's junior by time to the senior guy. So these guys are arguing, and I just leave them argue. It'd be like, yo, you know, call for a fire mission, linear sheath, fan them out. You know what I mean? Half air, half ground. I'm just fucking working it. And then it'd be like, be like, hey, they asked you for danger close. Say, hey, stop arguing for a minute. Hey, how far are we from the bad guys? 400 yards. They said 600. Yeah, send it. Get behind a rock. You know what I mean? And like, I fucking drop it. You know what I mean? And then, so these guys argued, and I just took the time to just focus and kill as many human beings as I could. They'd fucking shoot at us. We'd fucking level it. We'd move up. They'd shoot at us. We'd level it. We'd move up. Like, pretty simple. Was that affecting you at all? I mean, that's your first. Let's talk about your first kill. You said you were on the 50. Do you remember it? Yeah. Fucking McMillan 50. We shot dudes like, I don't know, 2,500 meters. The problem is like, look, this is why I'm not fucking claiming 1 million of these fucking kills, because you can't get there from here. But I'll tell you this, the motherfuckers never shot again. How do you know? Mm-hmm. So is this confirmed kills? So like, yeah, we shot people, man, with that 50. It was fucking great. Because
2,500 meters?
Yeah.
That's your first?
Yeah.
Shit.
First 10 days of the war.
That's your first engagement with a...
Later, I'd have to go to Special Forces sniper school because I thought I was going to be a sniper team leader in the unit because I'd been a sniper for so long in the unit. And like I already had kills, had a big beard. They hated me over there. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not right. But first 10 days of the war. And then we just killed and captured so many people. Like, I don't think guys really understand, like, you know, the lone survivor story, right? The Taliban, you know, on the Navy SEAL team. You know what I'm saying? And then it didn't go well for the SEALs. Okay. Yo, bring 400 of your friend. Tell them to bring their fucking trucks. Tell them to bring their machine guns. And, like, we would just kill all comers. All comers. You know what I mean? And you'll hear other guys. There's other times we did even more of this in Iraq. We just kill everyone that shows up. So it's like the lone survivor story. Like, I don't even understand it because we would kill hundreds of people in a fucking day. Like, yeah, show up. We'll kill you too. We don't even care. Like, I didn't understand how those things really happened. You know what I mean? Compared to my experience and what I saw. You know what I mean? And then so... literally, man, I can't tell you how many days I got where we just killed so many people you can't even count.
So, basically zero rules of engagement. Just kill anything that shows up.
I used to call it State Department by Shrek. I'm the fucking Shrek. State Department here. I make the decisions. Kill everybody. Let's go. Yeah. I love chaos. It's my jam. I gave you chaos as my jam sticker.
Yep. What? Let's talk about some of your singleton missions.
So, The first one, I had to go back into Tora Bora because I had been there. The premise of going back into Tora Bora is there was a guy who supposedly him and his sons brought bin Laden out. Right? They escorted him into Pakistan. Right? And then the goal was find him. So I had to go out alone. I was out for days, taxis, trucks, hitchhiking, whatever you want to call it. I get to the area. I had a Kent cigarette bag with a fucking, a Super 8 VHS. I think it was Super 8, or maybe been 6 mil at that time, but 8 or 6 mil like cassettes in the little recorder. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. In a Kent cigarette bag and like a sat phone. And I just fucking took a cab out of Jalalabad towards Tora Bora Mountains and hitchhiked all the way till I got there.
All by yourself?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then...
I mean, how the fuck do you blend in?
You wear Savage stuff.
And that worked?
Yeah.
No terp, no nothing.
Just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You just shut the fuck up. Yeah, and then like I had to act retarded at a couple of the checkpoints. You know what I mean? Like got the AK to the chest, and I was like, if I open my mouth, I'm dead. So that's not an option. You know what I mean? And then I just figured I'd mongoloid voice at volume 11. So the guy's like, la 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 la. I'm like, rah, 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 rah. And the guy's like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like. And that's how I got through the checkpoints, and that's how I got the assault force through all those checkpoints as well.
I mean, your adrenaline had to be going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. I would say this is any guy or girl who was abused as a kid can control that really well, right? Because you're going to get beat by dad when he comes home drunk, right? So it's always about controlling that. I think anyone who's been abused could handle those situations just fine,
How did you get picked for this?
Yeah, I was in Asadabad. It's where I was stationed, and we were doing like all the northern valleys, like the Korangal Valley. Like I've been in there with just 2 fucking guys. We didn't have no problem until I seen that Restrepo movie. You know what I mean? And I was like, I didn't even know that place was dangerous. I also used to drive through Ramadi by myself all the time while people were getting hung on bridges. But yeah, I think in Afghanistan, man, I don't know.
In the streets of Baghdad, John Shrek McPhee became known as the Sheriff of Baghdad, a title born from chaos, not choice. From gold-plated palaces to nighttime raids and street-level captures. He reveals what it took to survive and lead in a city consumed by war.
In the BIOP, and then that's where my job was. I was at the VVIP for a while.
So when you get to Baghdad, at some point in time, you'd been named the Sheriff of Baghdad. How did that come about?
No, that didn't come till much later. Much later, yeah, much later.
Well, how did it come about?
This guy. When I was a SAR major, we hired a guy who was a retired SAR major, worked for the State Department. He worked the Crisis Action Center for the embassy in Baghdad through the war years. Got paid a ton of money to handle crises for the State Department. But you know what kind of crisis you handle while there's a war going on? None. There's a war going on. Like, he didn't do shit. Finally, one day, his wife told him he had to come home. He couldn't stay gone no more, but he's killed it for money. He worked for the State Department. So he retired out of Bragg, looking for jobs on Bragg, comes to work at JSOC. He's like, hey, Sergeant Major, what size shirt you wear? I'm like, I'm a double XXX. What's up? And he's like, I got a bunch of Sheriff of Baghdad T-shirts that, when I was at the State Department. You want them? I'm like, look, for PT, for jiu-jitsu, like I ruined T-shirts. I was like, bring them, I'll wear them. I just started wearing Sheriff of Baghdad. I had a ton of them. I wear Sheriff of Baghdad T-shirts everywhere.
That's how it happened?
That's how it happened.
That is not what I was expecting.
Yeah. And then, Dave Kramer works for Magpul. He was like the Arc'teryx guy forever. Solomon's son too. Anyway, he's like only guy I knew that knew about big business at the time. So I was like, hey, I was thinking about, I got to have a business name or whatever. What do you think? He was like, if funniest thing I ever heard is you and that Sheriff of Baghdad. If you don't just name and your business is Sheriff of Baghdad, I don't know what name you should name it. And I was like, well, if he says that, I'll do it. And I did it.
Right on. So tell me about Iraq.
Man. So I land in Iraq. I get to the VVIP. Like, my fucking desk is a marble table 60 fucking feet long. I'm in this ornate room with bath party symbols on the ceiling. It's wood, it's marble. We got like a fucking 4-6 head gold shower. Like, I'm like, yo, this is war. That fucking thing hitting me in the nuts, the gold thing that's low. Like, this is how you fucking war right here, not fucking shitting in a hole. So in one day, I went from like shitting in a hole to like fucking gold showers. Loved every fucking second of it ever since then. It's fucking great.
How was the op tempo over there?
Iraq is amazing, man. We do 10 hits, 20 hits. Fuck, I don't know how many a night. You know what I mean? Like
10 to 20 hits a night?
Oh, yeah. It was
How the
awesome.
fuck do you do 10 to 20 hits a night?
Well, not only that, but during the Saddam fucking days, we might have to clear a whole village. Like, that could be 100 houses tonight. Like, door to door looking for these fucking Saddam sightings. You know what I mean? It was fucking amazing. It was amazing, man. I mean, you know, in the unit, I think they call it like a shred fest where you do like 24, 36 hours, target after target after. As many as you could do. There's another one we could hit somewhere else, another one. That's what Iraq was, shred fest. And then my squadron, you don't want to sitting around the house tonight because we're gonna get drunk and break shit. So we don't care if it's Joe shit, the fucking rag man. Let's go get that bitch tonight. Keep me fucking busy. And I think a couple nights, like, guys fucked up the house, and the commander from then on was like, okay, you guys don't get any days off. And it's like, that's what we've been fucking saying the whole time. Like, no one's dying at Bragg. We want to go out every fucking night. You know what I mean? So my squadron, man, we were in the beginning, I believe, way more aggressive than other squadrons, like, by far. You know what I mean?
Can you talk about, let's just talk about some of the operations that you were a part of there.
Let's see. Saddam was captured 9 days after I left country, and me and another guy worked the intel on Saddam like the whole time. I rolled up his tailor. You ever see the video where Saddam shoots the Mauser in the air?
Yeah.
And he's got the fox fur hat on? I own that hat.
No way.
Yeah, I own that hat.
Nice.
Yeah. But I rolled up his tailor. Like, I had all his clothes at one point, right? And I got this Italian sweater, and it's like blue and like a red stripe or some shit. I wear it on Christmas Eve. I look like a fat man in a little coat. Like, it's like a large, you know, my beer belly's hanging out the bottom. You know what I mean? Like, I normally wear that on Christmas Eve. I got a sweater from him. You know what I mean? But yeah, we rolled up his tailor. Everybody that fucking washed his dick, we rolled them up. Like, we were, you know, climbing it. And then 9 days after I left, C Squadron got him. And like, I think we already had the intel and it was already in the works. We had to go home for Christmas. So they caught him 9 days after I left. But, you know, man, we fucking, one of those like kings or one of the deck of cards, you know what I mean? Like, I paid no attention to it other than getting the X off the poster on the wall. But like, you know, one of those guys, we fucking low vis shotgun breached the front door, right? Fucking held his family hostage, told his family, contact him till he gives himself in. Fucking guy turned himself in like 3 days later in Mosul or some shit. You know what I mean? We took his family hostage, just fucking in his family home. Like, we got his sisters, his grandma, his mom. Like, yeah, we did a lot of weird shit for Saddam. We captured Saddam had a favorite piece of ass. Like,
really?
Oh yeah. He had his favorite fuck was this lady, and like, she was not hot, but she was married. So we figured maybe she knew where he went. So we rolled up her husband one day, right? I had him go to the Saddam's tailor store. Had the tailor tell him to come to the store. And then I had, then we had these Mohawk guys, the Mohawks. We had locals that helped us and we trained them. And then they ended up becoming later the CT force, right?
Okay.
But we had a couple guys we trained, we trusted, right? So I told my guys I was in a surveillance van out front, my minivan. If you ever see the picture where I'm all sweaty in the back of a van, this is me kind of watching over what's going on. So I didn't tell anybody. I didn't have time to tell my boss or anybody. And then my two guys, I was like, hey, if we can't get this guy quick, go start a fight on the streets to get them all out of the store. So had my two Mohawks start fist fighting in front of the store. Just like anywhere in the world, right? Everyone comes outside to see what's going on. Literally, the guy comes out to watch, and like the assault team, like he's standing his back to the door they're gonna snatch him with, and literally shoot.
Oh, nice.
Fucking drive away, and then they're like, "Where'd the guy go? He disappeared in the crowd." My boss is like, he disappeared. I'm like, no, the assault team's got him. He's like, who the fuck are the guys fighting? Those are our guys. Did you tell him to fight? I was like, yeah. He was like, you should have fucking told me. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. This happens so quick sometimes, But yeah, we captured his favorite piece of ass husband, thinking that might help. It didn't. But in capturing everyone in his inner circle, what I would tell you is they were all Christians.
Were they really?
If you touch Saddam, I don't care if you touch his dick or you fucking put clothes on his body. If it touches him, it was Christians. Because Christians martyr themselves, they go to hell. Muslims martyr themselves, they're fucking going to heaven. So his inner circle, the people that fed him, clothed him, fucking washed his dick, we rolled them all up. They were all Christians.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And that's why there was always Christians in Iraq. And that's why Iraq was fairly Western. Because he had no beef with Christians. And he knew as human beings, less likely to kill him. That's all he wanted around him, his inner circle. Now, all the military commanders or whatever, fucking sheiks, I don't know, whatever the fuck they were doing, they were all savages. But his inner circle was Christians.
I'll be damned. I did not know that.
And then we snatched the guy who used to give Saddam baths. I was inside the tailor's house on the roof. I went to the tailor's house, and I knew he was supposed to be coming. I was kind of early setting shit up. He showed up early. Me and another guy had to go to the roof. I called the assault force, right? As he was driving away, literally ran into the Humvee of the assault force. Snatch that guy. Yeah, we did a lot of the unique snatches for the deck of cards. Like, should be its fucking movie on its own. You know what I mean? We did a lot of great shit. I mean, I gotta be honest. People always try to thank me for my service. I'm not the motherfucker you should be thanking. You should thank the kid that was like grinding. I did whatever the fuck I wanted. Like, and it was amazing. Like all the time amazing. And it was I learned in Afghanistan, we needed to be much fucking smarter if we wanted to win. And I also knew we can't do enough hits to win this war. We can't. There's no fucking way. You know what I mean?
What did you think of Iraq?
Strategically, taking out Saddam, fucking horrible for the world. Look where we are now. Yeah. Should have left that motherfucker. I'd have pumped him full of all kinds of shit to fucking beat Iran again. You know what I mean? However, we gave it all away. It's a fucking shit show, just like Afghanistan. But the reality is this is how it fucking goes. You know what I mean? Don't get upset. It's the fine print. You should have read it.
Do you think we should have ever been there in the first place?
Mm-mm. I think there's no benefit to fucking taking Saddam out. I also thought there was no benefit. You know, Afghanistan, Mullah Omar came out years later and said, George Bush gave us 48 hours and invaded at hour 40. He said if he would have gave me full 48 hour, his answer was give up bin Laden.
No shit. I did not know that either.
the shit the fucking media doesn't like to put out.
How do you know that?
Because I read.
Where did you read that?
Oh, man, I don't even remember. But yeah, he wanted to give up Bin Laden, and we attacked too soon, and then he was like, fuck him.
Interesting. It's almost like we wanted the war.
Imagine that. Now, I wanted the war too, don't get me wrong. I was 100% for that shit. Rocket, mortars, fucking send it. Let's go. No one dies on Bragg, you know? So I was all for it, but strategically, meh. You believe in your bosses, sometimes they get it wrong, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Did you experience loss of a teammate ever?
Yeah, fuck yeah, all the time. Even in training, man, like, man, the guy I was partnered with in Bosnia all the time, fucking rotor blade took the top of his head off one night, like Thursday night live fire, you know?
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, people die.
Did that affect you at all?
No.
It
Why?
did.
Fucking you died doing what you love. I'd fucking high five you for that. I'd high five myself for that. You know what I mean? Like, you died doing the one thing you're here for. Not a better death.
How many teammates have you lost?
Fuck, I don't know, man. So many now. Fucking cancer.
Cancer.
If you'd have told me join the Delta Force and be fighting cancer the rest of your fucking time, or your buddies are going to die of cancer. I made a state in South America banging Colombian girls. You know what I mean? So lots of guys, everybody dies. I'm going to die. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where did you run into Tim Kennedy?
Yeah, so I left the unit. I was kind of like in the SIF company. We really hadn't broke down in the troops yet, so I was a team sergeant, Timmy's team sergeant. Well, before that, I was in the dojos at Bragg for something to do at night as a single guy. Just go down to the dojos at Bragg and just fucking roll jits with people. And then back then, being a blue belt, like they're like, "Oh, sir, are you teaching today?" Like, hell no, I just came here to choke some of you lazy fuckers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not teaching shit, you know? And they're like, and the instructor back then was a fucking purple belt. You know what I mean? Like, so like this kid's in the dojo and literally like, he's just fucking sitting on me. And I'm like thinking, this ain't a move. How the fuck do I defend that? Do I put a foot? Like, do I lock a fuck? What the fuck? And he's just kind of like sitting on me like, come on, yeah, do something. Yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? I'm like, who the fuck is this kid sitting on me? So then that happens a couple times. And finally I'm like, hey, who the fuck are you? Where did you learn jets? Like, no one around here is at this level. You know what I mean? Like, where do you come from? And he said, you know, grew up in California, fighting Chuck Liddell, right? His backstory. So he tells me that, and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, you know, you're in the Q course. What group? Do you know what group you're going to or where you're going? Like, where are you at in the kind of like the pipeline or whatever they call it? And he was like, no, you know, it's kind of early on in the process. So I was like, well, you know, I'm in the SIF company. How would you like to come to the SIF company? And of course, like, it's the most advanced company. You can't just get there as a new guy at the time. So he was like, yeah, I do that. So literally I went to my SAR major, right? And I'm like, hey, I want to get a kid out of the Q course. And they're like, why? Out of all the people in group, you want a kid in the Q course? Why? What? Pick someone else. Like, we got fucking hundreds of guys. And I'm like, hey, I think he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, right? Like, this could really be great for our hand-to-hand program. At a minimum, we don't even have to put him on the team. Just let him be the fucking hand-to-hand guy here. We got slots. Like, so my sergeant major was like, well, the guy who runs the Q course, my best friend, let's call him. Like, so he's on speaker like, hey, we want to get a kid over here out of the Q course. And he's like, why? Ain't got enough dudes in 7th group over there? What the fuck you want with the kids over here for? Like, that was the answer, right? And they were like, well, there's not a rule why you can't take him, but like, why do you want him? You know what I mean? And then, you know, yeah, they said I could have him, and then he came right to my team. And then I thought he would help the hand-to-hand program, right? But kind of didn't, you know what I mean? Why? Because we were busy, you know? But yeah, he was just fighting in the dojos at Bragg, fucking just sitting on me.
Why'd you leave Delta?
A couple reasons. Divorce. Messy fucking divorce. They don't like that. They don't like that at all.
Why? That's pretty fucking common, isn't it?
Fuck if I know. You know what I mean? Like, I would say this is, I don't know. If your divorces get messy, they'll fucking cut you.
Gotcha.
If anything's messy, they'll fucking cut you. So,
what was your position over there when you left?
Team leader.
Yeah. A team leader?
Yeah.
Did you ever go back?
No. I ended up getting promoted to sergeant major. That's why I went to the J staff. I kind of went back, but I was already kind of too senior to backtrack.
Gotcha.
So I worked on the J staff.
What is the J staff? I don't know what that is.
JSOC.
What were you doing there?
As the money sergeant major.
Gotcha. How was it transitioning from Delta back into Special Forces?
Man, it was crazy for a minute there because I joined the Army when it was the paper Army, and I didn't exist to the Army. So here I am, a new team sergeant, but I'm getting paid from the Army, but the Army think I don't exist, and I couldn't do anything until they could prove I was actually in the Army. So I had to go back to the unit, go to the personnel section, have them unfuck my records into the Army side because I was never in the Army when they crossed over digitally.
Wow.
So it like took 3 weeks. They're like, "Are you sure you're in the Army? Like, you think I'd fucking be here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?" Yeah. And then magically, when I got to 7th Group, we got orders to work under the unit in Iraq. You know what I mean? Why? The task force commander was my jiu-jitsu partner, you know? And then we went to Iraq and worked under the unit.
How'd that go?
Fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? Like, man, we got Zarqawi's number 2 one night. We were with B Squadron. They were all out. Commander came to me. "My number 2's on the grid. Can you get him? Like, don't fuck this up." I was like, "I got this." You know, like, I think we got his like number 2 or 3 guy one night just because everyone else is fucking busy, you know? And then it goes back to what I already said. There ain't enough of us to hit enough targets to win this fucking war today. So they needed SF teams. They needed Rangers help. They needed, there was times we had whole brigades tasked to a season area and just door to door that bitch, especially in the fucking Saddam days, right? So yeah, that's just kind of how it worked. So my troop goes over, we were under Blue Squadron, fucking SEALs for a while, complete fucking ass wound.
Why is that?
Oh, those guys are fucking horrible. Wyman and the boys, you know Wyman?
I don't.
Anyway, yeah, it was fucking horrible. Like, we had to work under them in Al-Assad. The compound in Al-Assad was built by the Delta Force. How do I know? Because I was part of the crew that built these pre-staging bases so the unit could go anywhere in mass and fucking hit targets now and have a place for guys to sleep, helicopters, fuel. War's logistics. Like, and they're like, "Can't use our gym. You know, you special forces guys, you can't use our gym. You can't fucking use our laundry." And it's like, I built this motherfucking place. And they're like, "So what?" So yeah, we worked under Blue. So what we did is we took all their shit targets, fucking dumped them on our lap, and I ran it just like I would have in A Squadron. We fucking hit targets every night. We pulled every thread. We didn't go out and kill everybody. That's how you get intel. You'll never get anywhere going out and killing everybody. So we basically climbed the fucking ladder and like one night, fucking their number 1, we worked our way up to like their number 1 guy. And then like they told me no helicopters tonight. So I thought there was no helicopters. They jumped on the bird and hit our target, which was their number 1 guy. And we worked ourselves up. So like the next day, a day later, they told us they're bringing the boats and they wanted us to ride the rivers. And like, I was like, boat assaults, bucket list, check. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't give a fuck. Boat, fucking truck, helicopter, I gives a fuck. You know what I mean? We're getting some. And then the task force commander came down, was like, he was like, you know, hey, we captured blah, blah, blah. And I was standing there with him. And he was like, the task force commander was like, he's like, we're bringing in the boats. We're going to have the SF guys in the boats. And he's like, let me get this straight. You are the premier SEALs in the world. And you're going to put your special forces guys on boats? And he was like, these guys worked their way up through the bottom of your target deck to make you successful. You're going to put them on boats? He looked at me and he was like, John, you're going under B Squadron in Baghdad today. I was like, okay, boss. So then we worked under B Squadron. And that was just fucking great. Just fucking great. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you don't know what target you're going to get, because if they rolled on another target and another priority comes out, and this might be the only time. You know what I mean? It's fucking great under B Squadron, right? And then B Squadron left. A Squadron killed Zarqawi that day, one of those days. And then A Squadron came in and we killed like whoever was next after fucking Zarqawi in like a month or so. I don't know. It didn't take long. But yeah, we were with B Squadron when they got Zarqawi.
Nice.
Yeah, we were all, so was Timmy. We were all out that day.
Nice. Yeah, Tim talked pretty extensively about that.
Yeah, if you look at like the Who Killed Zarqawi picture, we're the guys in the DCUs.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, did all the killing that you were a part of ever, do you feel like that ever affected you?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Like, I've had every fucking symptom of PTSD. Like all these guys, whatever their fucking symptoms are, right? Like guys cry about this shit. I've had every fucking one of them. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean? The problem with the getting hung up in that is it makes you one chapter of a book.
Mm-hmm.
Your book ain't over. There might be more chapters. There might be better fucking chapters. Get over yourself, move the fuck on. And I used to always tell guys to let it go, right? And I tell you right now, say let it go.
Let it go.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Imagine doing that for 10 years. This is how I got rid of all that PTSD shit. And then I found out some of my PTSD, fucking the forgetfulness, you know how guys, I'm driving, I don't know where I'm going. Like that's a common one I heard all the time. Same here. Yo, first and foremost, I went and bought a fucking TomTom. I don't need to know where I'm going. This motherfucker's going to take me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I realized this is a brain cognitive function issue. Has nothing to do with TBI. Has to do with your brain getting the proper proteins, MCT oil. Fix your brain. You're less forgetful. Now, is this a symptom of PTSD or is this a fucking symptom of life? The next thing, fucking drinking. You know what I mean? Hey, what are you drinking? 2 bottles, 5 bottles a night? Yo, 5 bottles a night? Like, I'm not going to tell you not to drink, but I'd tell you tonight, cut it down to 2.5. The reason you're fucking mean in the morning is you're actually hungover and used to it. That just makes you mean. Cut it down to 2.5 bottles. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell anyone to quit or not do something. I just say, fucking use it wisely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've had every symptom of PTSD, TBI, like the VA gave me a 0, right? And why is because I learned to let it go. And I learned that some of this shit was diet. Some of it was brain function. Some of it was fucking drinking, you know, the fucking hall pass. Okay. And this is I did this with Timmy. This is why Timmy doesn't have PTSD or no one that's ever worked for me. Because if a guy made a kill for me today, that night we're having drinks and on the spot I told him this is exactly what I expect you to do. You did a great job. Fucking end of discussion. Now, as your boss, I'm going to cut off the shirt and we're going to look at your fucking shot placement because marksmanship is my problem, not yours. But let's go look at those shots. And I check fucking bullet holes all the time.
No shit.
Fuck yeah. I'm in charge of the marksmanship here. If we're fucking this up right now, this shit's fucked up. We need to fix it right now.
So you would go on target, cut all the shirts off everybody that
When
you
I
guys
had
had just
chances,
killed.
yeah, I'd show the guys their shots. And I'd tell them they did a great job on the spot. And when we got back later, I'd make sure we all had a drink and everybody came by and fucking said thank you and shook this guy's hand. You think you'd ever have a problem if someone did that for you?
What were satisfactory shot placement for you?
Oh, everybody's shots were perfect. I never seen bullshit shots. My marksmanship works.
Roger that.
I never seen any bad shots. You know what I mean? They're all kind of good center mass shots. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then in doing that, what I realized is height above bore for killing people fucking doesn't matter. It's 2.5 inches. You know what I mean? Okay, if I was supposed to shoot here and I hit there, would anyone ever know when they cut the shirt off? Fuck no. So there's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys shot good shots, and I'd make sure on the spot I told them good job, man. You know, because that's the time when you're questioning this shit. But what happens is if someone doesn't do that, you're going to walk away. You're going to drown it in alcohol, right? We're going to celebrate with alcohol. You're going to drown it in alcohol, and then it's like a fucking hall pass. But the problem is the hall pass is fucking 5 years old, and now you got to unfuck all of this to get back to that, to unfuck all of that, to make all of this good.
Where did you learn that? Where did you learn? Did you come up with that, ripping the shirts off?
Yeah, or? Just something I did. Something I always did. Yeah. I wouldn't rip them off. I'd cut them with my shears or knife. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'd be quick about it.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes you can't do that. But if we could, I would.
Interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. It fucking works. I mean, and then I could tell you this, the guys that work for me, I don't think any of them have PTSD like that.
That's great.
But it's I don't think PTSD is a war thing. I think it's a humanity thing. I think you could be a kid, see your fucking cousin get hit by a train. You can be fucked up since that day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think it's a war thing. I don't think it's a soldier thing. You know what I mean?
I do. I know what you're saying. What are some of the differences that you saw between your time in Afghanistan and your time in Iraq? How would you differentiate those?
Yeah. I would say this, the beginning of Afghanistan, fucking Rangers, the army, all of them just fucking sucked. Like the first hit in Iraq, the Rangers, like fucking shot up some old people. My squadron fucking sergeant major like puts me on brain detail. Why? Because I had a fucking pickup truck because I drove from the fucking VVIP fucking Ken Block with a fucking map to meet the squadron fucking downtown on a hit that's like 16 guys that look like Saddam with mustaches. You know what I mean? It's like, whoever called this place in, they were right. There's 16 motherfuckers in here that look like Saddam. You know what I mean? Only because like that's a popular look. Right. So I drive my pickup truck, squadron raids the house, Rangers shoot up the blocking positions for no reason, like fucking skipping 50 cal rounds down the Baghdad street. It was awesome. Until I was on blood and guts detail. I wasn't happy about that. Not my kill. I don't want blood. I don't want that blood on. I make the kill, I'll get bloody. I don't make the kill, blood's yours. You know what I mean? So this kid in the turret, he's like, get him the ceasefire. What the fuck are they shooting at? So I go over there. I'm like, hey, ceasefire. Finally, the kid, I'm like, hey. And he looks down and I'm like, come here. And he leans over. I jank him out of the turret. I'm like, your fucking mess, your kill. Put him in the back of my fucking truck. And like, they killed old people, and then the medic, you know, like these fucking old people are in pain, and I'm like, hey, the Ranger medic, give him morphine, right? And he's like, I'm not allowed to give morphine to the enemy. I was like, do these old people look like enemies to you? And he was like, I can't give morphine to the enemy. And I'm like, you're going to give these fucking people painkillers, or I'm going to fuck you up in the back of this truck right fucking now. And he was like, he gave them their morphine, right? And then they end up, you know, we got them to the cache, probably end up dying anyway, right? But the beginning of the war, they were like just ate up. Later towards Iraq, total professional force, 100% value added, right? So I would say the beginning of Afghanistan, the Army was not ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say we weren't either, but we were more capable to adapt than the Army.
Yeah.
And I think like that initial raid in Iraq, I think they fired those kids on my squadron's recommendations. You know what I mean? And that's when like we were like in the beginning of Iraq, like why are we even bringing the Rangers? Fuck them. They're casualty producing weapon. At times we don't need casualties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, later it became a more professional force, like fucking just killing it later. So Iraq, I really believe, professionalized most of our special operations in a much bigger sense.
Interesting. What about just regular operations?
What about it?
What do you think the differences were? What were the differences for you working Afghanistan versus Iraq?
Yeah, Afghanistan, you're always at distance, always far away. Iraq is more like real warfare. You know what I mean? I'd also say this is the big army wanted none of Afghanistan. They didn't want to fight in the mountains. Helicopters don't fly there. You can't drive tanks there. So the big army is like, whoa, Afghanistan's for you special forces types. You know what I mean? That's really how they played Afghanistan, right? I call that bullshit card on the fucking army for that. They're just fucking pussies and didn't want to jump the fucking mountains like we were. And then Iraq comes and the army's like, whoa, this is our fucking war. Why? Because you could drive fucking tanks down the street, right? So the army, which was much more into Iraq than Afghanistan ever.
Let's move into your time. You went back to Delta as a sergeant major, correct?
Oh, I went to the J staff, yeah. Kinda.
How was that?
Being a sergeant major, fucking ass.
You hated it.
Fucking hated every single day.
You strike me as a person that would hate that position.
Fucking ass wound every fucking day of my life. I fucking hated my job.
How did that happen?
You get promoted to sergeant major.
I mean, did you want to get promoted?
No,
did you know
I didn't put in a packet.
Into?
I didn't do, you know how like you got to take a picture, put in a packet. Like there's, as an NCO, there's your professional stuff. So you get promoted in that. Yeah, I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't want none of it. But I fucking got promoted anyway.
So you hated it.
Fucking hated it.
Then you left.
I retired as soon as I could. Yeah.
And so when did you start your training company?
I started training in probably 2005. I retired in 11. So I had been doing some classes on leave, and I just go to the bosses and be like, hey, these guys want me to shoot with them for like a week. Can I take some leave days? And they'd always approve it because, I never took leave. I never wanted to leave Iraq or Afghanistan. I looked at it. I should have stayed there till the war was won or over.
How's your company developed?
Man, I fucking crush it. I crush this shit. I'm the undertow of the gun world. All these fancy motherfuckers have rise and fall off the top of the gun world. I'm still here. Fucking doing this fucking since 11 now. Filling all my classes since then. You know what I mean? I'm just crushing it.
How many classes are you running a year?
Man, on average, probably 60 to 70 to 100.
Wow.
I fill them all.
That's incredible.
How
many people do you take a class?
10 or less generally. But there's some ranges where the range could hold 5. I do 5. Range holds 6, like smaller ranges, but never more than like 10. I think I do 12 once in a while if I have to, but never more than that.
Is it just you instructing, or do you?
Just me, yeah.
No kidding. So who's your target customer? You looking for people with experience? You looking for people
I don't
that
care.
You don't care.
Bring it. I do the video. The video don't care. I don't care what gun you got, what fucking holster. All that gear shit is bullshit. It ain't gonna fucking help you shoot better. You know what I mean? So anybody can take my class from fucking skill level nothing to, I do pro shooters. The video, only way to get that 0.2 of a second, which could be the difference between first and fucking 10th in some of them matches. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like I do pro shooters. I do fucking housewives, guys' wives, couple classes, like you name it.
What videos are you talking about? Can you describe what you're talking about?
Yeah, like average day for me on the range is I videotape, I see what you do, right? I just want to see what you do, what your habits are, what the fuck, And then this is point A, right? This is the whole thing in the gun world. If you're not doing videos, you never have a start point. How the fuck do we know where you're going to end up? So first thing in the morning, I take a video, beep, shoot your 3 rounds. I take a video, and then from that 3 rounds, I'll tell you where your bullets go, why exactly, how you get them there, how you not do that to get them all in a circle. And then no matter what, my class is, an average day pistol class is 43 rounds. In 43 rounds, I can get anyone in a 3-inch circle.
No shit. At what distance?
About 3-5 yards.
Nice.
Anybody.
Nice.
Bring me your lame, crippled, and crazy. I got it. Shaky motherfuckers. What do they call that? Yo, got them too. Blind, old guys, don't see so good. I got you. Fucking simple.
Is it all pistol?
Pistol, rifle, I don't even care. I do it all.
Do you do tactics?
I do with like SWAT teams when they hire me. I'll show them shit like that. But the average day on the range for me is like a 1-day pistol, 1-day carbine, 2-day class, stuff like that.
Any mindset type stuff?
All I teach.
These are the stories of men who lived through the most dangerous years of modern warfare. John Shrek McPhee's journey from Tora Bora to Baghdad shows the price of leadership, the burden of experience, and the lessons carved in blood and dust. You're watching Soldier Feed. Subscribe for more untold stories from the warriors who are really there.